I don't know. This one could get pretty crazy because we do have that Slark versus Batrider. Seems like there's a really big focus on vision, especially from the Radiant side. Since they saw that Bat, they picked the Beast and the Slark. They have a good way to be able to start and always kick off all these fights. I just really do like Mars. I really like Mars and Mars and Shadow Shaman together.
Yeah,
this feels really strong. You can always dictate the fights, and you're really strong at what I feel like versus Beastmaster because the summons are addressed. Mars is very good at just killing them off with his God's Rebuke or just clearing them very easily in fights.
Are you a little disappointed that Hippomaniacs aren't switching the Slark to the mid lane to have the matchup against the Bat?
Definitely. Actually, quite a lot. They already have the Crystal Maiden to at least offset to be pretty strong in this lane to be able to push it out. But yeah, I think I kind of would have liked having... Like, what's wrong with Void Spirit down there? Void Spirit CM, you have at least double wave clear to push in versus a Mars. We'll see if it ends up working out for them. I think this could end up hurting them quite a bit. I think Mambus might end up suffering in the mid lane.
Yeah, this is...
We'll see.
Definitely not an easy matchup. You know, this is one of the reasons why you do have the Bat mid to sort of be in these 1v1s against these sort of melee heroes.
Yeah, you can take a complete advantage of them. As Dissimulate does have a pretty long cooldown, especially too in the early levels. 20 seconds at the first level for the first point, so you can easily play around it as a Batrider. And yeah, we'll see what Mambos, if he's able to do well, and we'll see if this lane choice is actually the right one, because I think it's going to hurt them.
Yeah, so looking at the other lanes, the top lane, what do we expect up here? Is Zacto going to be able to farm against this Beastmaster Rubik lane?
Yeah, should be able to farm. Kind of tough for them to get aggressive, though, with the same thing that we saw the other day. Rubik, as soon as Inkswell is casted, you just wait to the last second, lift, throw the target that is Inkswelled away. But it's still, like, Zacto shouldn't get pressured from this by any means, though. I don't think Rubik and Beastmaster can actually get any kills up here until way later on, unless there's a big mistake.
We'll see how much Curry can get down.
Mid, Mambos. It's beginning.
It certainly is. Tanner is going to have to back off, though, with the creeps dying. Not enough for sort of creeps pushed in to allow him to continue to dive further for Mambos, but still forcing that first salve out of Mambos.
Yep, he will hold his skill points, too. This is actually pretty cool. Deciding what he needs to get, because then he can just wait till, like, if a dive happens, you get 2 points in Remnant. He can get him pulled under the tower or something like that. He has a couple things he can play around with. And we see bottom, Keptus making sure that he just continuously blocks the pull, as his pull is blocked from a sentry. On the hard camp, he's making sure they can't reset the lane positioning. His ward actually has not been taken out yet, but whenever Senny does get a moment, he will get a nice injection of money. There it is. Easy money. Then our Slark is still farming pretty okay versus the Mars anyway.
Do you imagine we'll see a bit of a different build because the Slark isn't sort of the mid Slark that we have been seeing more frequently recently in these games? Are you still going for that sort of killer diffusal Aghanims build, or do you have to go a bit more greedy that you're playing in the safe lane and you're not necessarily going to have that mid XP advantage to enable you to play as aggressive as early as you might want to?
To be honest with you, I'm not 100% sure because I haven't really been. I've actually only seen.
It's only been mid, right?
It's only been the diffusal Slarks every game. Even the one game I saw where it wasn't, I think they still went the diffusal. I don't think they went like an SNY or anything like that. I don't know. I think it was literally just the diffusal. And it has merits this game. You're versus Ursa and Mars. You know, mana line heroes. You get to be able to kill these supports very easily too if you get diffusal. So I think he'll probably just go for it.
In the mid, I mean, all things said and done, you know, Mambos, he's not doing too bad at all, really. He's a few steps behind, but it's definitely not a severe one-sided affair.
No, but he has to switch up his priorities. You see, he has to rush the boots rather than going for bottle, so he can't actually go check Ruin and play around like this, pushing the lane out with that, and actually playing to like rotate around. He has to be speedy so that he doesn't get chased out. But yeah, he's doing well. He is doing quite well. But Curry is getting pressured. That's the difference. Whereas Curry was mid, he'd be free farming completely versus the Batrider. So it's all about this, like what you think, you know, about your trades of gains, how you can value it. As we will see the runes being checked up. They're actually going to send the Rubik to top. Mambos will check bottom. Let's see, Remnant will catch. And he keeps the regen going, but now Keptus coming close.
Yeah, he's
having to be a kill if they can get him caught.
They've got TPs coming in there from Senny. Senny trying to help out. The magical damage is enough. Tanner, he's trying to find it, but he's taking tower hits. He'll get the kill. He will die, but he won't be too fussed about that. Needed the reset anyway, and gets the first blood.
He got what he came for.
Yeah.
2 rotations and still getting the kill. A big win for him. As we see, yeah, the top Ursa not pressured at all versus this Beastmaster as soon as any type of movements do happen. And bottom, also free farming on the Mars. So a very good lane setup for Meta4Pro. Just slightly advantageous in this start here.
Yeah, definitely feels like it'll be a hard game for Curry.
Yep, bottom, Captus. Might be in trouble here, the Pounce. Will connect. He's just going to hold him.
Yeah, they've got the shackles into the spear. It's not going to be enough to save Captus, though. It's Curry. Now turning over towards Zip Zapper.
They've got another Frostbite in a second. Level 2 bite. Will it be enough?
Well, they might just have this here. They're trying underneath the tower. It's close. Zip Zapper getting ever so low. But he will live.
They'll push him away from the rune.
They
So Steady will be able to walk in and get that one, and they'll get both, and that's...
This'll come in handy.
Is that 2 or 3? It looks like it's going to be 3 for the side of Hippomaniacs. Not bad, not bad.
Some good pressure indeed. Mid lane, even with that death on Manboss, he's still keeping himself even in CS.
He's at risk of dying here, though. This is where Tanner, he's 6. I want to see him actually play pretty aggressive. He's going to back up and get his stack so that he can still make sure he's enabled. We see Captus as well, stacking those Ancients. So they're doing all the right things here to make sure that they're enabled. I said Captus was stacking, but he actually runs away and just puts a ward down in the meantime. So I'm not going to stack the Ancients this time, but they've got the right idea in their minds, just being sure that they can keep up and farm even when things do go a little bit passive after the laning phase.
Yeah, Tanner also going to start clearing these ones. Was a little off with the timing though on one of the stacks.
They're invading. Invis on Mombos. Off also. Tanner's going to see them for a second. Now heavy rotation.
Oh, they're going to be able to burst him by the looks of it. They're in with the Astral Steps. Tanner, he's trying to juke it out. He's got the bolt charges. He's going to get taken out by that final right click and muff, but with the Ink Swell. The Atroslov coming in, looking for the turnaround kills. Manboss, he's going to go for the TP out, but the spear will be in to put it to a stop. So they are able to interrupt a fair bit of the farming there from Tanner and the Bat. Manboss, is he actually able to live? He's going to have to simulate. Oh, that was close. He nearly had it back up. But they do kill him. So they mess with Tanner's farming, but they do lose. They lose Manboss for it.
But it is at rotations though. Zip Zapper, he sees that he actually needs to move from the bottom lane to go help out, so frees up the lane for Curry to get this farm, and yeah, it forces all these different types of reactions, and they get a ward down during all this too. I think down on bottom they did place one while that was happening, so they will be able to watch at least these Ancient stacks too. So a very good invasive move from Hippomaniacs. I love to see that when teams are actually confident enough to just go for these type of charge plays when you know that they're going to try to be playing around these stacks. That's bottom. Zip Zapper should be just fine.
A little too strong of a slow to fight into after that knockback with the God's Rebuke. Curry being 6 though is a hard kill to get, even when Zip Zapper does hit the 6. It's only able to cancel that clarity, and I mean even when Zip Zapper does hit the 6, he's not going to be quite in position to have the tools to drop the combo.
We see Ursa goes to the jungle. They give Vyacheslav the lane up top. Going to be some good levels on this Grimstroke because of this, already up to 5. They're starting to try to pressure up top a bit here with this Glyph. Catapult, though, walks into tower range. It will be taken out, so top tower will be pretty safe here. DD in Mombos' bottle. Let's see if he looks to make anything happen with this. He has some good kill threat on all these lanes. I'd like to see him maybe make this move up top.
Yeah, you feel like the Ursa
go for this tower.
Could do with being shut down, or just in terms of objectives here.
Yeah, just to force the objective, because right now they just see it's Grimstroke. Grimstroke is spamming up there, and when you see these 5 position supports left in the lane like this, you know that this is how they want to be playing. You want to dive them and just take the tower and force reaction from the enemy team. He's going to just play it for the farm for a moment here, and they're going to just still pressure with the Beastmaster Rubik anyway. But I feel like if they had the 3rd hero, it's a guarantee. And now rotations are going to come. Mars is preparing.
Yeah, they're in. They drop the Roar. I mean, they get the kill, but Tipek's now trapped in the arena. So they do, as you say, they get in with the 2 of them, but not having the 3rd, meaning that they don't quite get the kill quick enough to get it and get out. They lose their Beastmaster for the efforts.
And they lose the summons, and the tower is fully saved, and now Zip Zapper has a position. And now mid, they're going to make the aggressive move with Mombos in mid, but now he's lassoed. Okay, whew. Thank God Muff's there. That was very scary for him for a quick second.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Seeing Curry get a decent amount of space. He's going to be going for the sort of the more old
He's in the echo sim.
standard build for the carry. At least a safe lane slot.
Okay, it makes you tankier. It lets you like run around and fight like that. It does. It's okay. All right, we'll see if it works. I haven't been able to see many of these flashes like this, so.
Sure. As mid, you know, the aggressive dive in from Manboss. It is. He's able to kite out the Ink Swellers. He'll get the kill, get out.
Zactul's cool with that. Nice little contribution from the carry. Just a one button for a kill.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And they will build the setup for these bounties as top. Now they will be able to get this tower with the book and with the Rubik.
Yeah,
they're still getting it at a pretty good time. And they've slowed down Tanner's bots a lot. This is actually one of the slower boots of travel I've seen on the Bat Riders lately. He will now be finishing it up. 3 deaths already on this bat.
Yeah, having a bit of a slower start. I mean, even though the farm's still good, but he's definitely
it's still pretty
given away a little bit there, though, with those deaths. 2k lead overall for Hippomaniacs.
But he's got the boots of travel now done. So he can look to always match the movements of Mambos. And he can always play around his Mars, too. That's the other nice thing. We're going to see the Siege now coming around mid. Zip Zapper has to be the one to defend this for his team. So he TP's mid as this Mars. They even gave him the Fairy Trinket. I actually kind of like this just for the spell cost reduction as a Mars.
Oh.
But they're going to move on him right away.
He's not going to get the chance to get a single spell out.
Uh-oh. That's a concern. So much spell damage just instantly thrown onto this Mars. He is not as tanky as he thought he was.
He really wasn't. Didn't stand a chance there on the front lines.
Oh, and Muff gets probably the best spell that he can steal in the game. He stole the spear.
I mean, they've got to be careful, Meta4Pro. And it is a game where, you know, that Ursa needs space, right? That Ursa's not going to deal too well with the game speeding up as much as it is. He needs to get his Battle Fury farmed up.
No, look at the spear to push back the Bat Rider. Muff might still be in some trouble. I say that, but his spells are going to start coming. Fade Bolt and Spear is going to come back up in a second.
Yeah, they might be able to turn. They've still got the 2 steps of the Astral. Manboss, there's the Spirit. It's going to free him for the Shackles, but he's already latched down into the wall as they will lose their Void Spirit this time round. Muff trying to chase, though, with the Fade Bolt. As the turnaround's there with the Soul Bind. Seni is able to finish off Yachaslav with the right clicks alone. Curry is watching from the high ground. They've got the Roar out. Curry's diving in, but Zactul got the Enrage off in time. So Zactul is able to step back. Tanner is dragging the CM back over towards the Serpent Ward, so Seni will fall. Tanner is still kind of low, though, and Curry is able to get back in. Muff
is owning.
He's picking up another. He's just been able to get off spell after spell in these fights. Zactul, I'm going to get right out of there and nearly losing the Mars a second time.
It's a big power window here for Hippomaniacs. Just playing around this Rubik with all these spell steals and just with their book too, it's constantly being summoned up like Zactul. He has to be careful.
Yeah, Manboss is ready to go. Ooh, he's able to jump down to the low ground. That will save him.
They are now running out of mana, though. Rubik, at 40 mana, he has to back away. He has another great spell steal, an Inkswell. They're actually going to bring a Clarity to keep him here so that he can keep applying this pressure. And it really is playing around whatever spell that the Rubik does have at the moment, playing around this triangle. Prevent the Ursa from farming, take out the wards. Curry now able to pressure bottom tower, too. Some nice moves from Hippomaniacs in this early game.
Well, some really nice early game pressure here this time around.
Dire's bottom tower.
Yeah, Muff now back up to half mana, so they can continue to fight around this very strong Rubik with these stolen spells. Tipic controlling the area with now a book 3 that's going to be coming out. And Meta4Pro, they want to try to fix this area here, but it's really hard to walk into this Beastmaster. He's the king of the high ground right now.
Radiant are scanning.
No, there's no room for Meta4Pro to come up here at all. Hippomaniacs is sticking around as 4.
Their book is going to be wearing off right now.
Oh!
Zip Zapper.
He's not able to get the catch. Over to the side, though. They do get the Soul Bind. Jackal's out, but the Roar's able to put a stop to it as now they turn as they move it on to Keptas. Tippet getting low. Zactul will be able to take him down, but they've lost 2 on Meta4Pro. Zactul, Enrage coming to an end as Curry's in with the pounce. They take out the bear. 3 dead there as a bit of a whiffed initiation from Zip Zapper results in another unfavorable team fight for Meta4Pro.
it was looking like a pretty good spot for them to re-engage too. They smoked in the back. The book was wearing out, and then he just whiffs it, and that just gives Hippomaniacs a full avenue to jump in. And now they see Tanner. Curry, Mambos.
He's got the heals done. He's got the catch. He's in. It's another one. Another one for Curry.
Things are starting to speed up a little bit too much, and Meta4Pro, they want to be able to sit back and get some more farm as Ursa needs more time. Hippomaniacs playing exactly the way they should be with their draft, though. With this Beastmaster playing very aggressive, he respawns, pop the book, run right back into the triangle. Don't give Meta4Pro any alleviation in this game. As Zip Zapper, he's getting sticky napalm.
Just look at this damage. He can't run away from this. I mean, Hippomaniacs, I feel like where was this Hippomaniacs in the other series we've seen?
Seriously.
They're just making great moves together as a team. They seem to just really be on the same page this game.
They seem to really understand what target to be going for. Like, it's just like, oh, this Mars is here? Who cares? It's not a tanky Mars. We have so much nuke and spell damage that he's just free to die if he goes in.
I mean, he was just on the edge of the arena, Tipek getting out as the walls were spawned. As the wall kept us. He's got to run. He's got to get himself out of his charm with the Jukes, and Curry, he'll just commit with the Shadow Dance. Leave no option for Keptas to keep himself alive.
Okay, and he is going to go just for Echo Saber S and Y. All right, I thought maybe that was the item build, but I thought perhaps it's a little bit different. No, it's all working out. 7K gold lead, and they're just sweeping this full map control, and with these heroes that they have too. Beastmaster, Slark, Void Spirit, they thrive on this type of aggression and this type of advantage.
Oh, down bottom.
Zip Zapper.
Mambos.
To get the lasso.
Into the arena. Spear as well. This should be enough stun to lock him down. It is.
Now Curry, he's actually soulbound.
Zactor's trying to chase. They're holding back with the Roar. So there's going to be any chance to turn it. Hippomaniacs trying to run the stolen soulbind into the Fate Ball out onto the two of them.
Is TMO?
Buff. He's getting low. He's trapped in the Serpent Wards. He's able to bring Keptas down with the Frostbite. They'll get him. But this time round, Meta4Pro 5-3 Tanner. He's walked into Curry. Curry just having the backup of Tipek right now.
I gotta be honest, I feel like if he had the Fusel, it still would have been a bit stronger. Especially in those type of fights where he's just poking people. But he's able to still clean up and get away. But they do lose a couple heroes there. A decent hit back from Meta4Pro. Tanner finally finding a target. And getting time for Zactyl. They need time. They need quite a bit of it too. As Hippomaniacs just constantly keep pressing the issue forward. Book down for about 20 seconds, but Curry still staying in this aggressive posture. All of them respawn, instantly TP mid, and also just immediately run back at the triangle. So
yeah, straight in on it.
You can see how quick they are about wanting to play aggressive.
They don't want Zactyl to get any chance there, any neutrals.
No. Book back up in 5, Roar up in 15.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Oh, Zip Zapper.
He's so squishy.
He walks out straight in front of the tower. As pounds forward from Curry, Zip Zapper's down. Now they're going to try and chase on for more. They're looking for Vyacheslav. And Tipek get in range of the Roar. Can't quite. And Vyacheslav's able to get away.
Oh, and he gives up Spear as he's dying too. So now Muff, a full Blink Dagger on the Rubik as well. Super farm, 4-1 and 10. Now he's got Spear. So Blink, Spear, they have so many ways to initiate. And they have a base ward now too. So these two supports, very squishy, have to be quite cautious of their positioning. Game is looking very hard right now. It's the Ursa and the Batrider, kind of a lone Zip Zapper. He's desperately trying to find this blink, but he just keeps getting jumped on in the fronts. He's not expecting the burst.
No, it really isn't. It's a little too much for him. As Roshan, it'll be pretty easy to do. They've got the Beastmaster aura with the book. Actually, no, the book's not even up at the moment. I mean, they're just sort of doing it on their own. It will give time.
They've got a base ward. They see the smoke coming up from Meta4Pro, so they're actually setting up for this.
Curry's just straight in. Well, who's he going to look for first? He's going to try and turn towards Zip Zapper. He has got the Phantom's Embrace on him. They've got the lasso. They're locking down the Slug. Can they kill him? They can.
He's dead.
Curry is down and out. As the Phantom's Embrace just messes with him too much. Mambos, though, he's still picking up a lot of kills, even without the Slug. Rolls out onto Zactyl. They found themselves a third, a fourth, with Vyacheslav also falling.
beautiful. Hey, wards win you game, right? That ward in the base sees the opportunity for them to know, hey, these guys are smoking at us. They meet them right at the fight, and they do get a good one. Mambos with some nice cleanup kills at the end there. Sure, they killed the Slark, but the Beastmaster and the Void Spirit can easily clean up at this point. Yeah, really nice vision being placed from Hippomaniacs. Just getting these early base wards they're everything, really. You see whenever those moves do come, and that's very likely that they'll be able to keep the outpost, claim top, and when they respawn, go back and reset for Roche.
Yeah, just going in a little too wild there, Curry. I mean, that Phantom's Embrace is just...
It got him.
It's just always enough setup time for the follow-up to come in. Lasso, Shackles, Spear. I mean, if he's not able to get in with perfectly timed dart packs into Shadow Dances, there is a huge amount of catch for the Slark.
And they did commit absolutely everything onto him, so...
Oh, we did see, I mean, last game there was a bit of back and forth. I mean, this one really is going to come down to if Hippomaniacs do sort of overstep the mark on a high ground push and Zactal gets time to get his sort of second, third item after the Battle Fury this game.
Yeah, they need a lot more time. They need to be just... Zip Zapper has to be much more careful. Again, this game, he's a lot of deaths. I mean, it's not 17 or whatever like the Viper, but he has to be a bit more cautious with his positioning. And it will get easier. You know, they do have the Bat Rider with that BKB, so Tanner is a lot stronger to just lead inside of these fights too. But yeah, they can't be making these type of mistakes as it's really snowballed out of control. 7K lead and, you know, Beastmaster, it's all about that vision control and all about that momentum where they can continue to control the map. So it's going to be hard for Meta4Pro to get out and look for these fights.
Oh, let's see.
Straight back to Roche.
Now without the Slark, so lacking a bit of extra punch, but this time around the Necro Books are still out. So Tipek has got a fair bit of damage on his own with his army.
Oh, and Muff actually has napalm stolen, so you know he actually hits a little bit too. Does increase your damage decently even on a Rubik.
Curry will be back in time to pick that Aegis up for himself. So now things are going to be quite a bit trickier. Oh, Seni.
New ward. They just placed it. Seni, it was literally just placed by Vyacheslav, and they will find a grab because of it. Good positioning from them. I like that they make the move bottom because they know we can't contest Roche, so they're at least trying to get some type of vision and control around the map somewhere. Might get dewarded instantly, but it's the right approach here for them. As this bottom tower is still alive, too.
Let's see if Hippomaniacs want to react to that.
Is under attack.
Maybe just be content and trying for another tier 2 top. As they've got
they can't get the Beastmaster summons down there. Yeah, they're just going to push in and clear out these next few things and finish up this next big item. Mambos is about to have his Agonimus on the Void Spirit. Tanner's actually setting up to defend. There's a pretty big pincer right now by the Hippomaniacs, though.
This is going to be hard to push him off this tower.
Muff's got a blink.
Tanner, he's got the BKB.
Stolen lasso.
BKB lasso. Curry does get the Shadow Dance off in time, though, so even though the follow-up was there from Zip Zapper, they cannot commit any further onto the Slark.
Oh, and Zip Zapper again jumps in. That's going to be tough. And Muff, in the midst of it, too, he stole lasso. So now they have to be careful for a stolen lasso play. While they have, you know, Hippomaniacs, they have the vision usually, so this will be tough for Meta4Pro. Captus has to be on point with his Hex to stop the Rubik from initiating, as the base ward is still there. It's lasted the entirety of its duration.
Yeah, that's certainly done quite a bit there for Hippomaniacs.
Look at Muff, he's pinging. He's like, yo, Tanner's stepping outside. If I see a chance, I'm going to lasso this Bat Rider.
He's going to go for it. Sure, if
he's ready for it.
Tanner's not too careful.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Time being bought for Zactal to get a BKB online so that he can actually hold his ground inside these fights. Once he has this, He can just BKB, kill off the book at least in just super ease so that they can actually have this good posture to be able to fight. And then he can pick and choose his targets. The support's very vulnerable to this Ursa. He is close to it. So double BKB timing will be nice for them. And they have the blink too on the Bat Rider, so he can actually get a decent initiation. It's just this Mars. Zip Zapper pretty far out of the game. And the Hippos continuing this aggressive stance, just literally just claiming the triangle the whole game.
It's pretty, yeah, been an area of the map that Meta4Pro just never really been able to quite take back. And Hippos,
They still have a base ward. Like, it's still there.
I mean, they can still make that jump.
He's got Lasso stolen still on Muff.
And here it is.
Zip Zapper.
He's jumping in, telekinesis alone. That's all that's needed to start things off as Zip Zapper dies immediately.
A full, I cannot believe it. It's a full duration base. It's got 30 seconds left. It's gonna go the whole distance. Tanner. Thinking about the jump.
I mean, because the thing is, would you consider any sort of the moves of Hippomaniacs to have been moves that would have given away the fact that they do have that high ground ward?
They placed it on the right side, so I guess they thought it was there, but they just really didn't expect the left. And now the Lasso.
There they go. They've got the opening into the roar. They're locking him down perfectly. If they got the damage to take him out before the embrace, though they haven't. Zactal will still be able to get the ult off.
Okay. Not bad. And now he's got BKB for the fight. Enrage is going to be cooldown, but that's pretty nice. Can they actually chase out and catch anybody, though? Hippomaniacs backing up together. They're ready to re-engage in case anything does happen.
Just not quite having the damage to take him out for a Lasso and a roar.
Yeah. And yep, they're looking to catch something here. Blink and Lasso is at the ready. Tipic, he's a bit far away right now. They might get eyes on him.
Yeah, they should get the Beastmaster here for sure. Everything onto him.
Okay.
Arena, Lasso, they wanted him dead. I mean, he's dead.
Zipstacker took the kill, though. You know, I think maybe try to leave that one for your Ursa, but he will take it, so he's got a good gold injection for him. Curry,
I mean, he's
looking to lead the charge, though.
He knows no Lasso, no Arena. He's feeling pretty strong.
Same for Mambos.
As he's in on a Zip Zapper. That's the Mars gone.
At least he covers his spear this time. He will at least bulwark so the Rubik doesn't steal it. And Aegis does get reclaimed. Little bit of a hit back from Meta4Pro still. Struggling quite a bit as Curry. He actually buys a Blink Dagger on the Slark. Okay.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Just really wants to reach.
I like
a bit of an interesting choice.
Especially if you know you're not going the Ags build. You're not going to have that sort of insane gap close. You've gone for this sort of the stat build of Echo Saber and S&Y. And of course nowadays with the upgradable Blink as well, that Blink can definitely feel very nice. You know, allows you to follow up your other very mobile core, right? You're going to have Mambos reaching in from miles off with the double astral steps. Now you're going to be able to back him up if he gets a big grab with the setup.
I guess so. I don't see why he wouldn't go just for Aghanims then, though, right? And then he actually just has two different ways to jump into the back lines.
That's
be able
true.
to jump over the Mars wall and all that, too. But this is just, it's a little weird, but
I feel
whatever.
like Blink's a bit easier to play with, right? You know, if you're not too used to like building Ags every game on the Slark, you know, you can end up jumping all over the place. Blink,
Zactal,
you're straight in on the target every time. As he's in.
That's very true.
Onto Zactal. He's going to turn over towards Keptas instead, as Zactal's able to put the Enrage. Bring down the Shaman. They've been soulbound together, but no follow-up coming into play to capitalize on that.
Yeah, it does allow him to instantly get onto the Shadow Shaman or instantly onto the Grimstroke in the back. So it is a fine choice, as they are snowballing pretty hard up to the high ground. There's just still good amount of time until he's at this next big item where he actually has a Basher where he's a real carry versus these heroes. Right now he's got survivability, they're just really lacking in the damage.
Hippomaniacs just back to taking that final outside of the base objective. The last tier 2 of Meta4Pro taken down.
They've kept them trapped the majority of this game. And now with all the towers taken out too, they get all this even more deep vision. There's one ward that Meta4Pro does have to work with right now. It's gonna get dewarded any second now. So tough to ever get any type of anything going for yourself when you're playing versus this type of like vision control. It's just Beastmaster really most of the time. It's these hawks and just these books constantly getting summoned. You can never get vision outside. It just always gets taken out instantly, and you're really trapped as all these lanes keep pushing in onto your side. And it's Hippomaniacs, just they're farming. They're getting so much out of the map, picking up their new neutral items. The world's their oyster, and Meta4Pro is starting to feel that pressure. They feel like they have to make something happen. Haste rune on the bat too, so they do have good potential to grab people a long distance away.
Radiant are
It's
scared.
going to be harder to make that jump as well with Muff having a Lotus Orb complete.
Ooh, okay, so haste and an arcane for Tanner.
All right.
For the best runes he could find for himself. Hippomaniacs, Curry just leading the charge.
He might not be ready for the Lotus from Muff though. It's just been picked up.
Ooh.
Okay,
Steady.
now they're going to turn onto Zip Zapper. Zip Zapper, he's going to be silenced. Is he going to get the chance to get anything off? He will be able to pot the arena. They've managed to stun the Slug, the Shackles. They've got him. They lock down Curry. Now they turn over towards the Void Spirits. Manboss, Tanner's trying to chase him. Can he finish Manboss off? Not
Tanner's
quite.
got him.
Tipek's got the Raw on Zactal. You say Tanner does get the Manboss. Is he able to get something else? There's Tipek. He's picking up a triple there. He's doing a lot of work. Is he going to get more Tipek? He's going to get an Ultra. Is he going to get the Rampage? Oh, no. Come on. Let the Beastmaster have a Rampage. But there we go. 5 dead on Meta4Pro as it was kind of going okay for Meta4Pro there. They got Curry. They got Manboss, but then suddenly Tipek just comes in and he's taking them all down one by one.
Look at his damage.
Yeah.
5k for a Beastmaster. Usually you don't get the chance to be able to do that, but they did. He was given the opportunity for the glory, you know? The Void Spirit and Slark, all the attention was put on them, so then he's able to just beat on everybody in the midst
He
of
really
everything.
is. I mean, there we have it. You do not see an ultra kill Beastmaster every day. And denied
just
a Rampage
bull-whipping.
by Muff. I mean, Muff, you know, he doesn't mind taking that away. He put a lot of work in for that fight with the Lotus Orb as well. To keeping Tipek safe.
Muff is owning Sweet March. 6-1 and 17. His steals have been on point. His item choices too. It's not your usual, but it's a really nice one in this game with what he's up against for a Rubik. Yeah, really good stuff coming out from Hippomaniacs this time around. Is now they've got a pretty commanding lead, and yeah, I love watching Beastmaster just hitting people. Really, like the bullwhip was supposed to solar crest. Oh, that was nice.
6-1 and 17 on Tipek. Having a very nice game here. Having a huge impact. Oh wait, no, sorry.
Oh, Tipek 11-3.
Sorry, I'm looking at Rubik. Yes, Muff the 6-1 and 17. Sorry, and the Muff with the more impressive KDAs. Bottom Manboss.
He's alone.
Oh,
he's dead.
He's dead for 70 seconds.
They can chase out.
Yeah, they're gonna want to
find some more heroes.
Tanner is gonna blink in a second.
Middle tower is under attack.
There's a DD bottom though. Curry, he's gonna be able to find that now.
He wants to fight with this. He's got the blink. He's going to be ready to jump in. Who's he going to be able to fight? He's in straight away. He's going to look towards himself, but the Hex is out. He does get speared over to the wall of the arena. He's going to be into the silence. Curry, is he going to be able to get these kills? He's trying for Tanner. Tanner's able to Firefly out of the side. Curry will be able to pounce in and finish it off, but the Phantom's Embrace is out onto Curry. They're taking him down once. They're also been able to kill Tipek. Senny also dying here to the Mars and Ursa over to the side.
The blink.
It saves him after the Aegis. Curry will get out.
Triple BKB is making the fight a little more complicated, it seems, for Hippomaniacs. Zip Zapper this time around actually has something to protect himself. He's able to get a good spear off onto this Slark, push him away. They're able to get a good reset. That was nice. And yeah, of course, the way they started all with catching Mambo's just nowhere near his team.
Yeah, maybe getting a little too baited to get something happening there with that DD room pickup and running in whilst they were 4v5.
And now Mambos, TP's up top. There are some heroes still alive. Batrider's still dead for 30, so he's still quite free to be able to do this. So we're seeing maybe some inklings of what we saw the last game, some attempted comebacks when it doesn't feel like there would be an attempt at one.
I mean, it definitely is a game where this Ursa can stand pretty strong against the Hippomaniacs lineup if Zactal continues to get sort of his next few items done. This Ursa will be Be pretty scary. Once the Abyssal's there, and if they can get the jump on Curry or Manboss, either of these cores will get torn apart.
Yeah, and the little things too. Like I'm always watching these like supports do. Keptus, he's getting to get some farm. He has a Philosopher's Stone. He's got this shard that does a good chunk of damage whenever you do get your shackles off in the fight. Getting close to BKB. They still have quite a ways before they're actually in the realm of actually evenness, because this Ursa still is having a lot of trouble in the fights of what he's up against with all the kiting. But a couple more fight wins like that, and they'll be back in this game completely.
There we go, Hippomaniacs.
They gotta not split up anymore in Hippomaniacs so that they don't give up these huge kills.
Yeah, just having Tana push out the bottom lane, the rest of them.
Oh.
Not leaving the
He's
base.
even going top too. So they should see that he was bottom and then he TP top. So they should know no TP available on the Batrider. If they can force right now into somebody, that would be a good option for Hippos. Now that he's gone, they need to be a little more hesitant. And Meta4Pro is actually going to smoke to him because maybe they're expecting that movement from Hippomaniacs.
Oh, it's not coming from them, though. Hippomaniacs not trying to make a play onto Tana. Just trying to push back these lanes that Tana's managed to get pressured right over to their half. Tipex now got the blink, so extra setup.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
So if they come back for this tier 2 defense, as Meta4Pro, they're going to push this one down.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
That's pretty nice for Meta4Pro. Able to get themselves that far out on the map, get the lane pushed out that far. That's not bad. Tanner's going to be getting close to Ashivas now too. Little things coming together. Another arcane rune too. And Zactyl, yeah, he's getting closer toward this Abyssal. Still quite poor on this Ursa though. For a Battle Fury Ursa, that is.
Sure, yeah, the fact that Curry's still, what, 2k ahead with
yeah,
with a non-farming build, pure fighting. It just goes to show how good of a game Curry has been having, even with those deaths.
The instant blink
He's
onto Tanner. No bashes.
Yeah, Tanner making it away as very close to his next time, Tanner.
They have this ward bottom right now. Mambos is there as well too, and they can see a couple heroes outside of the base. Zactyl, as well as Vyacheslav.
They're going to be able to catch him on the way back.
They
Curry.
might get caught. Yeah, they might get caught.
He's in. He's going to start having a poke at the base. Going to turn towards the Grim instead. Over to the side, Tipek. He's holding off on the Roar, waiting for the ult to come to an end, but that means that Zactyl is able to step far enough away.
Top tower is under attack.
And look at Keptus, all these little things. He sees in any type of window, he sees a couple heroes bottom, right away starts going for top, going for split push, getting his farm so he can get toward a BKB. Seeing him just farming Ancients constantly with those shackles.
Yeah, Tanner as well, immediately cutting the mid.
Yep.
At least tried to do his best. The next wave is on its way over.
They're keeping things level. Gold's still steady at 13,000 lead, experience also 10,000. But starting to find small things on the map.
Yeah, just making it a little hard for Hippomaniacs to push this game to the next stage.
Yep. If they can play in a weird position, like kind of past the river, then I think they actually have a good read of the positioning of Hippomaniacs right now, where Hippomaniacs is swinging from jungle to jungle on the dire side. They're not really going back and addressing these split pushes so much right now. So yeah, liking this a lot. Keptus is... He's making a lot of space, and they're starting to scout for him. We see the Hawk position far left right now. They're expecting these type of split push plays, and Keptus still has a sentry at the ready, so he'll know if he is watched by a Hawk for a moment. That's Tanner. They see the Slark back up to split push the top wave. They start inching their way out to look for some type of catch. Keptus is spotted now. The Hawk, it does see him for a second, and he's just dead. So nice attempts at them getting all that split push, but Hippomaniacs is ready for it. They now do have their Hawks at the ready, and they have some really good outer wards right now. Zactyl.
Oh, they've got the jump. They've got the double blink. They're in with the Roar, but the arena's down. Tip Zapper coming in with a BKB over towards Muff. Then he's going to drop the ult. Zactyl jumping forward to finish off Muff. The lasso's down to Tipek. They'll be able to take the two of them now over towards Senny. They go. The shackles locking down the CM as 3 heroes dead. Manboss, Curry, they're trying to fight back, but the BKB's up for Tanner. And Hippomaniacs, they've got to get those two out of it.
Uh-oh. They're getting split up a little bit too much. they as soon as the Slark showed top, we saw Meta4Pro immediately start moving out, and Hippomaniacs is actually the one who make the jump themselves and get turned on heavily. Ursa, a pretty tough target to still go for with the backup of his whole team. Still signs of life for Meta4Pro. Hippomaniacs, they can't slip up here in this game.
I think pretty solid ones. I just feel this Ursa's...
Oh, Tanner.
Oh.
Just like that.
All right. I mean, that's 90 seconds, no bat with how high level Tanner was right now.
Very volatile game, as we've seen from the last game in particular. Lots of kills just going, you know, players just getting a little bit ahead of themselves and just getting caught out of positioning a lot. We see neutral items picked up, 37-minute mark. Spell Prisms aplenty today.
Prism for Manboss. Oh.
Zip Zapper, he's walking out, but they have vision of the backline. Look, they're going for Keptus. They saw him with the ward.
Oh,
they don't even care about the Mars.
Oh, they've got him. Curry just going straight for him. And Zip Zapper still goes and shows the lane. He's going to go for the BKB out. Are they going to have a blink and a bash it? No, not quite. Curry can't quite close in.
These deep wards, really good positioning. The wards, the Hawks, again, Hippomaniacs, they are ticking the boxes of how to control the map. But we see Meta4Pro, they're getting themselves out there and still somehow finding the split push. Look at Vyacheslav's top. Like, anytime they can find any window, doesn't matter who it is, but someone push the waves.
So
Full Abyssal now for the Slark, Curry.
Yeah, him and Manboss can just jump straight in with this blink and the Astral Steps. See how aggressive they want to get.
Lotus, Solar Crest, they can just start poking the tower, force a reaction from Meta4Pro. They've got 30 seconds, no Shadow Shaman. It's Rax quickly being taken down.
So if they're trying to make a move now that Tanner's back up. Oh yeah, unable to save these racks. Melee racks taken.
Immediately back up, clear out the jungle, reclaim the outpost from the opposing squad if they'd like to. Yeah, they will. Manboss will touch it. And oh, DD Rune and Roche is up in 15 seconds, of course.
Ooh. Could be a pretty perfect timing for Hippomaniacs. That is if Meta4Pro don't get over in time to put a stop to it.
Oh, snipes the Hawk. Nice shot there from Vyacheslav with their ward. But ward coverage, Hippomaniacs has it significantly done. And they will take the DD and Curry. He's level 25 as well. He actually takes the Shadow Dance duration this game rather than the usual Essence Shift duration.
All right. Oh, and he's in. He's in onto Tanner. He's in with the Abyssal. Tanner, he's taken out. Not a chance to react to that one. And now over towards Zip Zapper. They'll try and chase Curry. He's looking for Keptas instead. He'll go for the easy kill, take out the Shaman. Zaxel over towards the side. Did bring down Muff. Muff's going to buy back. Manboss, he's chasing down Zaxel. Zaxel, no BKB, but he does have the Enrage to rely on. See if he's able to get out of this. He's actually going to stand his ground. Start punching back at Manboss. Manboss jumps to the side with the Dissimulate, but now with the Yule's control, they hold him outside of the base. Curry's in, and he's got the damage to just take out this Ursa in a matter of seconds. Over towards Vyacheslav they go, diving into the base. It's 4 dead. 3 of them without buyback. Manboss also catching Zip Zapper on his attempted retreat. He's 25. He's got the Dissimulate stun as Zip Zapper cannot escape the burst here from Manboss.
And backdoor kicks in for a second because of the Serpent Wards in the mid lane, but as soon as it's gone, they go straight for the tier 4s, and that should just be the game. They're going to force double buybacks.
They're going to try it. They're going to have one more chance here with Zaxel and Zip Zapper. Keptas will be able to join the defense as well as the Shaman, but no Tanner or Vyacheslav for this hold. They're focusing the Ancient. Zip Zapper tries to jump in, but as soon as he's in, he's out. Zip Zapper down over to the side. Curry comes in with the Abyssal as they clean him up one by one. GG is called, and Hippomaniacs, with this Game 3 victory, take the series 2-1 against Meta4.